I'll tell you one thing. Sorry but I don't want to go back on our truth for 1 second. I don't know if to our listeners out there how long you've been following our truth career. I've been following it myself since about 20 years now. Yeah, about 20 years. Right. That dude, he's see him in WWF, WWE, same company, but TNA. Seeing clips of things outside of those promotions. That dude's good skills, and I think he's one of the Von Erich family members that actually influenced him to wrestle to get in that business. And he's been a great performer all around. But now he's in a different part of his career. But yeah, that dude's just a hell of an entertainer. I love seeing him. I think one of the funniest things he ever did was back Christmas time. They were in New York, I think it was. And they were chasing after Santa Claus to get the 24/7 title back.
I think that was with him and Drake Maverick.
No. That was the Japanese guy. Why am I not?
Akira Tozawa?
Yeah, Akira Tozawa. That's who that was. Drake Maverick really wasn't that long on 24/7 title. It was Akira. Yeah, Akira was he used to, R-Truth runs by the horses. Bad deer. It was hilarious.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, sorry. We go on.
And then he had the one shot of the WWE title with John Cena, and then he had the little Jimmy thing.
Yeah. I thought that, it'd be nice to have him stay in that title mix for a while. But, but he's had some good highlights in his career. He's been a world champion before.
Right. And, NWA TNA.
Yeah.
So I watched the table for 3 with him, Goldust, and Booker T. And Booker T asked him how the little Jimmy thing became a thing. And he said he did a promo where he's talking about how people talk down to me, and I looked to my side and was saying, little Jimmy, do this and you'll be able to be a champion someday. He goes basically making fun of people like, oh, you should do things this way, you'll be champion, and it didn't work out. But then people kept making signs for little Jimmy, so he had to keep it going.
I was under the understanding that McMahon had a lot to do with that too. But
apparently McMahon told him after he was starting getting high, he goes, "You got to keep that up. It's hilarious."
Oh, okay. The story I had under it was a little more.
Which. Okay, so I went on Table for 3 marathon a couple weeks ago. I watched the one between Edge and Christian and Mick Foley, and apparently Christian was talking about how he or it was either Christian or Edge. It was Christian messed up a promo when they were heels, and McMahon saw him in bed. He goes, "Hey, I saw your promo. Good job." He goes, "Well, what do you mean good job? I messed it up." He goes, "You're heel, right?" He goes, "Yeah." "Yeah, you're fine. If you're a babyface, you'd be screwed right now."
Yeah, no, that's cool that happened with Truth and Christian. That's cool that small things like that happen though. That's cool.
Yeah. Table for 3 is actually really
one
of the few things I enjoy on it.
Oh yeah, I enjoy that show too myself.
It's just interesting to see it. So next match ended up being Orton versus McIntyre. So everybody got their licks in on Orton. From Big Show to Christian to Shawn Michaels, and Ric Flair was partially involved.
Flair cracked me up at the end there.
Yeah, I didn't know they're going to do this whole Ghost of Christmas Past thing with Orton.
That's funny the way you put that too.
That's basically what it was. He goes to go for a punt for Drew. Big Show grabs his ankle and was like, nope. Chokeslams him through the table.
Yeah.
And then they get into the back. When they're in the back, they're fighting. And then Orton gets attacked by Christian over by what looked like maybe catering. Gets beat down there. And then, there was a couple of things that happened. But Shawn Michaels gets involved on top of the ambulance, which super kicks him and then pushes him off. And it's like everyone decided to get their licks in.
I couldn't see where Orton was even at when he fell down. I was like, where the hell did he go? And then they eventually, they turned the camera around and like fell on that platform right there.
Yeah, he fell onto the platform. You kind of heard it crumble when he hit it, but it was bad camera work. Besides that, I mean, they did the whole thing where he went for the Claymore, which I'm like, okay, he's going to Claymore him into the our ambulance or whatever, but he ended up hitting the door and I guess jacking up his knee. Mm-hmm. That was before Christian attacked Orton backstage. And then Orton threw McIntyre into the windshield, breaking it, busting it completely.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm like, I really hope that's sugar glass, because otherwise that would hurt like a bitch.
Oh, he was fairly cut up a little bit there on that left side of his back. I understand, it's still there, but just I thought, I was like, damn. I was like, that's the second time that's happened on Wrestling TV in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, because didn't
Best Friends, yeah.
No, it wasn't even just Best Friends. There was somebody. Sheamus did that to Big E.
Oh yeah, so it happened 3 times then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, 3 times. Yeah. Well, I was thinking the AEW match, but as well too.
No, what popped in my head was Sheamus actually.
Oh yeah, that's 3 times the last couple of weeks. Something going on with the windshields lately.
Man, wrestling. Wrestlers, they don't like cars.
Yeah,
if there's a car involved, someone's going through the windshield.
Oh yeah, I would not want my vehicle going around the wrestling arena.
Which actually they missed a great opportunity with someone involving the vehicles and the guy coming, dude, that was my car. But either way, then Orton hits RKO on the floor, which that looked like a rough landing for Drew. It looked like he tried to protect himself, but didn't really get in good position. But McIntyre hits Orton with the Claymore. McIntyre throws Orton into the back of the ambulance, then decides to pull Orton out a little bit, punt him, and then slam the door. And Ric Flair drove off with him.
I was so caught up in that moment. There was a minute I forgot Edge was actually injured. So I'm like, okay, where's Edge at? I'm like, wait a minute, he's injured, so they're not going to have him get involved. But I was so caught up in that moment where thinking, okay, everybody that Orton's put down for the last couple months.
Right.
Yeah, that's happened. I just went my mind blank and I didn't realize the Edge is out, so he's not going to be doing anything tonight. But that was a great. Yeah, that was.
It was one of the best ambulance matches I can remember. And speaking of Edge, if they were going to get him involved, I would love to have seen him spear Orton into the ambulance.
Yeah.
Or the windshield. No, they can't do the windshield. They already threw Drew McIntyre into it. Never mind.
Windshield, right?
There's only one windshield, unfortunately. But it was one of the best ambulances.
And I like Drew. Sorry to interrupt. I like Drew's what he said when he left the stage area. This is paraphrasing, by the way. The basis was just for me. This is for everybody. It's for a lot of other people, and just me.
Yeah. I do remember him saying that. Yeah. Drew.
Cool.
And then this is the other thing I noticed. So Drew and Randy are about the same height, but Randy's a lot more lankier than Drew.
Yeah.
And I mainly noticed that because when he dropped him onto the barricade, it's like, man, Orton always looks so weird when he gets dropped on that, and it's because he's super lanky.
Yeah.
But I took the win on that one with calling Drew over Randy on that one.
I wonder what they're gonna do here in time. I don't know if Keith Lee's gonna come back in the picture, and they're gonna have a title match, or
who knows at this point?
Yeah. So I think they're wanting to put Orton with the title eventually. What the buzz is going on, but find out in time what they're going to do. I have to wonder if they're going to put at least Orton and Drew in Hell in a Cell, or it could be a triple threat match too. Hell in a Cell with Keith Lee and Orton and Drew, but
I actually have a preference. Well, actually, this would not be bad for like an I Quit or Last Man Standing. One of the ones that the WWE no longer does, which actually I think would be really good for Orton and Drew, would be First Blood.
Oh, it would be pretty good. I just say Hell in a Cell. what's coming up. But
right.
That'd be a good match too. But Last Man Standing would be phenomenal too. But I don't know if they're going to do that right off the bat, because I don't think they want to do a repeat so fairly soon. Was Orton had that match at WrestleMania, so I don't know what they're going to.
Maybe I don't know how they're going to do it.
Find out.
The next match is Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. Man,
yeah,
that it's great heel work on Roman, but that was brutal.
It was brutal. The match was not as. I knew it was going to be more in Reigns' corner. More Reigns is he's going to be more being brutal about it, but I thought it was going to be a little more, not as lopsided as it was. Not as lopsided. I thought there would be a little more offense with Jey, but it got better in time.
Yeah. I mean, Jey did decent. You could tell that they wanted Roman to basically destroy him. Shit talking from Roman was great.
Yeah.
Him talking back to the referee was great. Like, even there was one point where Paul Heyman was yelling at the referee. He goes, "Yeah, you take care of this. I'm not dealing with this guy. I'm dealing with this." This is the Roman Reigns that they should have had all along.
Well, they wanted to build up enough heat, I guess. Build up enough, can't stand the guy. So now they're doing it. So, yeah,
it works for him so well.
It does.
I still am not a fan of his Superman punch. And I really want him to change the music. Away from the Shield.
I thought he was going to change the music as he was talking about, but at least he changed out of the gear, so your wish came true.
And this gear actually fits him. It makes sense. He doesn't look like he's trying to pretend to be a SWAT guy. He looks like essentially a guy that's going to beat the hell out of you. That's all it looks like. With the gear that he wore tonight, I don't like Raw Underground, but he looks like he fits in with Raw Underground.
Yeah. No, he's not with his new look. He fits a different kind of aspect, different kind of character, and he has good heel attitude. As a fan, couldn't stand it. But that's good.
Yeah.
But as somebody that obviously understands what's going on. It was good. Like I said, the match a little more lopsided than I preferred. Obviously people are wanting to have a little mercy on Jey, but I thought that was for what it was good, and I didn't like at the end where Jimmy's like, "Okay, you're the chief. I get that they're trying to make it look like that, but I just don't admit to it. But I know that's my preference. So, but
I thought the finish was terrible. The throwing in the towel. I would have preferred that the ref called off the match because Jey couldn't respond or whatever.
Yeah,
throwing in the towel. Especially, didn't WWE make fun of AEW for throwing in the towel? Am I misremembering that when MJF threw in the towel for?
I don't know if they made references or made fun of them. I can't recall that at the moment, but they could have been. They could have.
I for some reason remember that, and I saw this. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna make fun of it, but don't copy it later.
Well, they've done it before. The WWE's done it before too.
Who else did they do it with?
They did it with they did it with Bret Hart years ago, or someone.
Right. Okay.
They did it with a couple different instances too. They did back in early 2000s somewhere along the way.
They could have. I just don't recall it. It's just I didn't like that finish. I would have been more impressed if even if Charles Robinson disqualified Reigns for being too aggressive, I would have been fine with that. It's a non-finish, if you will, but if it's the story, this throwing in the towel thing doesn't make sense. And it's kind of going against what I wanted, where I wanted Jimmy to be involved in a match with Roman, which I mean, technically they probably still could could happen within story. Like Jimmy cuts a promo, like, "Man, you're just too brutal with Jey, and I don't know what's gotten into you, whatever," and build a match of that.
I think there should definitely be a continuation with the Usos and Reigns. Summer Law, yeah, and get more personal with bring the family and more. I just feel like they could do more with it.